So with the quarterfinals concluded this past weekend, just 2 days ago, we have our final four teams for this Liguilla. What is up, guys? This is Mazapan Futbolero, and today, welcome back to another episode of Mazapan Futbolero. And today, in this video, we're going to be going through the quarterfinal matchups that concluded 2 days ago, and just digest over to the semifinals, just predicting who will make it to the final. So first things first, Pumas versus America. What a game. Both of these games. And low-key, it kind of reminded me of the Istanbul comeback, both of these games, where Pumas had a 2-goal lead or 3-goal lead, and then America somehow just reappearing on the scene by making an amazing comeback, almost eliminating Pumas. Pumas, on the other hand, they were just too reliant on being the first place team, because there's no way that an 8th place team, America, this weekend America team, comes into your stadium and is just a goal away from knocking you out, maybe a penalty away from knocking you out, and you go through by position of the table, by just being first place. And I don't know. If I'm a Pumas fan, I'm just really glad for that rule, because I wouldn't be happy if I was a Pumas fan. I wouldn't be happy just by scraping my way to the final by not winning any Liguilla games, by just drawing all of them. Like, that's insane. America, on the other hand, they tried. They really tried to eliminate Pumas in that round, but in the end, it wasn't meant to be. Thanks to Henry Martin for missing the penalty. But in the end, I don't think it's a penalty, in my opinion, because the defender gets contact of the ball. Yes, I know it's like really high. The boot goes really high towards Ramon Juarez's head, and he could have destroyed Juarez. Ramon Juarez was fine after that. Like, you saw when he was on the ground, and after when Cesar Ramos blew the penalty, Ramon Juarez was just fine. He was just fine. But I think justice was served from that. Next up, we're gonna move up to Chivas versus Tigres. Probably the best match I've ever seen for Chivas. I'm not even a Chivas fan to begin with, and they showed, even without their 5 players that were called up for the Mexican national team camp, they still showed character. They still showed that they're still that team to compete for the title. And you got to give shout out to young Santiago Sandoval for being the hero, scoring 2 goals in 4 minutes. It was just insane. An insane comeback for Chivas. Huge props to them. Real disappointment for Tigres since they're out, and that is probably Andre Pierre Guignac's last game in Liga MX. But he still has one more game up his sleeve, and that's the Conca Champions in 28 days from time. Going back to Santiago Sandoval, he showed class. He showed levels better than Piojo Alvarado. Like, he showed what Piojo Alvarado did in just one game, and let alone 4 minutes when he scored those 2 goals. Props to Chivas. I think this is their year. Moving on to Cruz Azul and Atlas. Boring game. Snooze fest of a game. I even said it. Snooze fest of a game. The first leg was good. It was quite nice. Cruz Azul going 2 goals up, and then Atlas making a comeback, I think in the second half, I believe. And then Cruz Azul gets a penalty to win the game. Getting that third crucial goal. And the second leg was just pretty much dead. Like, it was just pretty stale. Nothing was going on. Yes, Cruz Azul get the goal to go through. That was pretty much it. Cruz Azul could still be that team to maybe make it far to the final, even without an actual coach. They still under interim Joel Wiki. I think maybe his time will end here in the semifinals. I think Cruz Azul was the better team. They were the better team, even though they were like pretty lazy in both of the games. But overall, props to Cruz Azul for going through. Last but not least, Pachuca versus Toluca. The defending back-to-back champs are out, thanks to Papachuca. When I saw the highlights of both of these games, Pachuca was the better team. They handled the they managed to handle 2 clean sheets against Toluca. Like, when has that ever heard? Keeping 2 clean sheets in 2 games against Toluca, let alone the champions. Yes, Toluca was missing like 2 of their best players, Vega and Gallardo, and they were still relying on a 50-40% fit Marcel Ruiz, which still hasn't taken his surgery. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, take the surgery. But again, Pachuca showed class. They showed a lot of huge improvement from last season, especially props to their coach for handling Toluca to the ground. So props to Pachuca. Now we're going to predict the semifinalists, the 2 teams that will make it to the final. First up, we're going to go with Pumas versus Pachuca, the number 1 against the number 4 seed. If you think Pumas are going to sweep past Pachuca, you're completely wrong. I'm going Pachuca on this one. I think Pachuca has class. They have that potential fight that they can go through. I mean, they got the likes of Ender Valencia. Yes, I know he's really old. Salomon Rondon, and I know he's older as well. Kennedy, the guy that scored the second crucial goal against Toluca. And I think that Pumas, their mentality is like, okay, we're first place. We're just first place. That's it. Like, we're gonna draw both of these games just to get to the final. Like, no, that ain't gonna happen. You gotta win at least one of those games. I think Pumas beat Pachuca in Pachuca 2-0 in like the last game of the regular season, but this is the Liguilla. They're 2 whole different competitions. I'm going for Pachuca, as I said before. They handled a clean sheet in both games against Toluca. I don't think they're gonna do the same thing for Pumas. The only thing that I'll give Pumas is their goalkeeper, Keylor Navas. He'll be called up on so many occasions, just to save Pumas, just to keep them in the game as well. I'm going for Pachuca winning the first leg 3-1, and they'll kill the tie 1-0 in Seoul. 4-1 in aggregate. Now we're gonna move on to Chivas versus Cruz Azul. Probably the most difficult matchup that I could predict. I mean, this was last season's quarterfinal where it was back and forth in the second leg, and then Chicharito skied his penalty, and Chari Rodriguez scored that ugly goal that sent Cruz Azul to the semifinals. Honestly, I don't know who's the favorite in this game. I think both of these teams are gonna win their home leg, and it might show the quality that who will go through. I think, in my opinion, that's gonna go through. Cruz Azul is gonna win the first leg at the Azteca, I think, 2-0. But Chivas will make a comeback and they'll win 4-2, 4-4 in aggregate. They'll go through by position at the table. It'll be close. I think this might be the closest matchup. There's going to be a lot of goals. I think Santiago Sandoval will be the reason why, even without their main starters in the squad. That is it for the video, you guys. If you enjoyed the video, I know it's a really short video. Leave a like, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you won't miss a thing. Stay cool, be cool, peace.